From news to trending topics, we got you covered.
If it's buzzing, we're breaking it down.
Good afternoon, I'm Janina Vela. We may be young, but we are not naive. We ask questions, challenge the narrative, and we're learning in real time.
I'm Sachiko, Gamboa, and honestly, this will spark a debate, but for the next half hour, it's time for our Unpopular Opinion.
Unpopular opinion. Say it again. Say it again. Unpopular opinion. We are open for discussion.
Okay, Janina, this is a topic that a lot of us Gen Zs are really talking about now, and it's motherhood. Do you want some kids, Janina?
I want some here and there. No, I definitely want to be a mother. I'm not part of that Gen Z population who's anti-kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay,
I'm
because
actually...
they've been talking about it like in the spokes this morning, that there's a declining birth rate.
Yes.
So, what are your thoughts on that?
You know, I think that's actually a misconception because there's a declining birth rate, I think the assumption then is that all Gen Zs don't want kids. But I don't think that's really the truth. I think that there's just a certain population of people who think, wait, I don't need to have kids. Now there's that choice, because before it was like get married at 20-something and then have kids, and then that's like your life, especially as a mother. But now I'm realizing, wait, I can travel the world first.
Oh my gosh. Maybe with your kid though.
Yeah, one day with my kid, I'm hoping, right?
But we saw online actually that there's this post. It said, plants are the new pets, pets are the new kids, and kids are like exotic animals. Grabe naman yan. Oh my
What do you think about that, Sachi?
I think I also really want kids, but I think that kids are so cute. You can't really get that like love and like giggle from a pet or from like a plant naman. No? But I can see where they're coming from, because it's getting super expensive to have a kid, to put them to school, or like if you're at work also, who will take care of them? So like
there's just a lot to think about. But I think part of that discussion, why? I think you have new couples who are now saying, I don't want to have a child in the first year. I'm going to have a pet instead. Where there's a little bit of a backlash there, because people are saying, why are you equating a pet to a child?
No.
Why is it like, okay, instead of X, I'll get Y? But that's not like, hindi naman sila pantay.
Oh my gosh.
Diba?
Some people might disagree though with that.
Girl, that's a literal human. I can't. No, that's not allowed.
I think like COVID really shifted some people's mindsets for that. And not even just children, but even with marriage. Some people are saying that, okay, do I even need to get married? Can I just adopt? Like, should I maybe freeze my eggs? There's so many things that people are really talking about nowadays. So the question now here is, does marriage actually have to be something that Gen Zs need to go through? Or like, can we delay it now? I think people are saying that because of the economy, people want to delay some of these milestones. I think for me, I might even delay some of these milestones because it's so expensive to get married first of all, even put up the whole wedding. So that's why people are going through like civil marriage first.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my mom got married at 23 or 24 years old, and I think that was the norm then. But now again, we just have so many more options, like what you mentioned, like freezing your eggs, adoption, having kids later, even surrogacy is part of the conversation now, right? So I think we've realized that family does not have to look linear. It's not a one-dimensional thing where family has to be this cookie cutter picture, where it can look very, very different nowadays, right? And that goes to even, does it have to be young? Do I have to be young to have a successful family? Or like what you said, can I get married later?
But what makes it so scary is that we always see online, like in media, that they say like there's a specific time frame for women to get pregnant. Like if you get pregnant later on, it's going to be so difficult. You also don't want to have like kids too old also.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's really the balance, right? But now, we can't really keep talking about this topic and talking about mothering without bringing in some actual mothers.
Up next, we've got Jezreel Galboso and Cha para us to unpack what it means to become a mom so young. Don't go away. Unpopular Opinion. We'll be right back.
unpopular opinion. Say it again. Say it again.
Children, in this economy, that's how most of us react when our parents ask us when we'll give them grandkids.
But today we've got two moms who have embraced motherhood at their young age. So to unpack their unpopular opinions, let's welcome Charlize and Jezreel Galboso as we talk about, just things between us girls. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
How fun! We just found out that you guys have been our childhood friends from Marikina, correct?
That's crazy.
Surprisingly, yeah.
We are. And it's such a full circle moment that, growing up together in a small city in the east.
From the suburbs.
From the suburbs, and then eventually meeting here with our own kids. It's just pretty much very full circle for us.
And I'm sure you have changed so much since you were kids, right? Because most Gen Zs dodge motherhood like a bullet. But it seems like both of you have really embraced that. And I'd want to know, how has motherhood really transformed you guys in ways that you might have not expected?
Oh, do you want to go first?
Well, motherhood humbled me.
It really does.
It did humble me, sobra. And I think for me, the greatest change that motherhood is for me, yung patience ko. And surprisingly, you can do everything. Yun talaga yung greatest change for me when I became a mom.
Yeah. But
How about you?
Well, motherhood for me, it was I felt like I elevated as a human, because not only do you have to think of yourself now, like you have your own little human. They say that you grieve your old self when you become a mother, but I feel like you just maybe just evolve into something better for me.
That's a good take on that. So did you experience that grief?
Yes, kasi parang as you grow, meron din little one who's growing together with you. Like as you grow, pareho kayong tumatanda. And honestly, for me, sobrang life coach ko din si Astro, my son. Kasi he's my reflection. So everything that he does, I'm like, oh, that's so me.
But what is that like now? Like, you have to take care of yourself, you have to take care of your child. So you have two people now to take care of, and then the expenses really just pile up. What is that like for you, Cha?
It's crazy because especially in this economy, like you would understand if somebody says, okay, I don't want to have kids yet, or I don't want to have kids at all, like totally fine, like that is your choice. I can only speak from my experience, I guess. But at the end of the day, it's a type of fulfilling feeling that nothing really compares. Now, when you're taking care of yourself, like it's nice, okay, self-care, yes. But when you're taking care of something that's from you and that's living with you, nothing can compare talaga.
Yeah, would you say that motherhood is now a privilege today? I mean, in a sense that, before it was just something that was assumed, right? It was kind of like a right. But now it's like a luxury to be a mother.
What do you think?
What do you think, Jez?
Well, I think siguro women are different from each other. So may mga babae talaga na they parang for motherhood.
Yeah.
And some women ayaw nila magkaroon ng kids. So it depends also.
Yeah,
which is
fine.
Right?
Exactly.
So I think it's a choice.
It's a choice.
It's a choice.
Yeah,
it's a choice.
Yeah.
If you had to break down some misconceptions about motherhood, what would that be?
That you have it all figured out. You
Yes.
don't. You don't.
Nothing prepares you.
Nothing. And some days, parang alam mo yung ginagawa mo. But also, some days, you don't.
Just kind of rock it.
Yeah.
And it's okay. Because even
Thug it
our
out.
mothers, even our own mothers didn't have it figured out
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Kasi walang handbook ang pagiging magulang.
And even if you do,
That's so
even
true.
if you do read all the books, read all the guides, nothing really prepares you for what's to
for
come.
motherhood.
I think my next question would be, because you're both very young, I asked for your ages and we were shook.
Yeah.
We were shook right before we went on. But young moms get judged for choosing motherhood early. What do you think people fail to understand about the realities of being a young mom? Jazz, you want to start
I
with that?
think yung pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Being a young mom, sobrang daming pressure. Kasi me, I also have a lot of dreams of my own.
Yes.
And I also have a lot of dreams as my parents' child also.
Yeah.
Right.
You're still somebody's baby,
Yeah,
you know?
I'm somebody's baby. So,
Right.
ang dami talagang pressure. But, yeah, siguro yung misconception nun is, slow down. Yun lang, slow down.
Yeah.
Right. For Cha, so society puts like a lot of pressure for mothers to be very selfless.
Yeah.
What's something that you felt like you had to sacrifice just so that you could become a good mom?
It was a lot of sacrifices for sure. From my age, I can speak for myself. I had a baby, I feel like would be the prime career of a woman. But that doesn't mean you have to throw away your career. I feel like motherhood slowed me down in the best way now. Okay, let me live with my child first. But still working on me for me on the side, it's a balance. I feel like I found that soft spot for me where I found that balance where I can do stuff for myself, show up for myself, and then show up for the people I love.
I think I remember seeing a TikTok before where somebody was like, it was in air quotes, like, oh, I'm slowed down by my toddler. But then the person was like, but that's the point.
That's the point.
yeah, like that's the point. You are
Slow
supposed to
down.
learn how to slow down. Exactly, Jez.
Do you
Yeah,
have
but-
any like advice for like working mothers then who want to pursue further in their career, but then as they say, they have to be more selfless for their kid?
I think for you to be a good mom, you have to also like put yourself first kasi talaga eh. Like para maging mabuti kang nanay, you have to be the best version of yourself too. So you also have to pursue your dreams, everything that you need, you want, lahat. Do it for yourself too kasi your child like follows. The motherhood follows together with it.
Actually, when you mentioned you have to put yourself first, there's the extreme of that where we see in Filipino culture that the children tend to become the retirement plan of the parents. Diba? Parang, I'll have a lot of kids para I have a lot of people to take care of me when I'm older.
Yeah.
As Gen Z moms, what do you guys think about that? How about you, Chat?
I feel like it's part of Filipino culture to say the most. Honestly, even in other countries, I guess. But for me, I feel like no child is responsible. I feel like every parent is responsible for their own child.
Yeah.
So being a parent, you chose to be a parent, you have that responsibility. You gave that responsibility to yourself to come through for your child regardless. And I guess if you raise a child right, at the end of the day, that child is gonna
Yes.
take care of you regardless. And at the end of the day, like that child is not gonna leave you.
That's true because it wouldn't come out of utang na loob, but it would come out of real love and
It
compassion.
won't feel
for
like
your
a chore
parents.
for the kid.
Exactly.
But if I really had to pick your brain over here, so when we were growing up, at least for me, people always say like you have to have this nuclear family, there's traditional like marriage. Nowadays, people are saying, okay, there's the setup, I mean like live in, and then all of these other different variations of that. What are your thoughts on that? Are people challenging the norms, or should we stay in the traditional track that we were like learning to grow up with?
I think you will go first.
I mean, I feel like in this day and age, everybody's so different. Everybody's raised different. Like, it's a different household. Everybody has a different goal, you know?
Yeah.
It depends what you want in life talaga. Like, if you're trying to go for a picket fence family, good for you. Marriage is for you, but it's not for everybody.
Yes.
Even if it is your goal, it doesn't still work for everybody. So I guess just try to like figure out what works best for you. If
also person to
co-parenting, for example, works best for your dynamic, go ahead and do it. Like I feel like women are so pressured to fit in a box.
Yeah.
like they're so pressured to
Speak it, girl.
like, they're so pressured to like fit society standards, and I feel like let the women breathe.
Yeah.
Let loose.
Actually, I wanted to pick up from that note, Jez. You are in a co-parenting setup, right? How is that like co-parenting with Astro's dad? Are there things that social media doesn't see, the cons, maybe even some of the pros of co-parenting?
Well, for co-parenting, sobrang tough talaga. But, syempre, in co-parenting for me, you really have to set your feelings aside. Yung maturity talaga tested with co-parenting because you have to put your child first.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I also have feelings, he also has feelings, and we're not always the best. Pero for our child, we still make it work.
Period.
Period.
And for Cha, so you're currently living in with Nicola's dad.
Yes.
Do you still believe then that marriage is the ultimate proof of commitment when raising a child?
Ooh.
For me, I can only speak from my experience. I guess I'm just very blessed and privileged to have a good man like do it by my side, raising a kid with me, and who's actually like willing to raise a child with me and like not leave me in the gutter, because unfortunately for most women that's what happens, because that's the reality. Like, it doesn't end up in marriage for everybody, but my goal is, of course, to raise a family, because I mean I didn't get to experience that growing up, so I guess I'm trying to come through for my son and then just try to make it work. I'm just really privileged to like have him by my side.
Oh, that's so nice.
That's a mother's love right there.
Yeah. And a romantic love
Romantic
as well.
love also. Shout out.
My man.
Okay, so we have a final question for you here. With growing concerns about digital safety and predators online, as mom content creators, how do you balance making family content while still protecting your child's privacy? But before you answer this question, unpopular opinion, we'll be right back.
Unpopular opinion. Say it again.
Welcome back. We left off with the question, as mom content creators, how do you balance making family content while still protecting your child's privacy?
Okay, so I mean, the internet is an amazing place to be. Like, let's be honest, we all love the internet, pero it's not the safest, especially for the children. I would say for me, as a parent, I would still go over his safety over any type of entertainment. As much as I want to show him, I'm very selective of how I show him, how I present him. Because imagine like adults judge other adults. Like, what's stopping other people from judging your parenting and your kids? So I guess it's safety over anything. Right.
As long as safety is not compromised. Yun talaga.
Do you happen to have like guidelines for yourself while filming content?
Actually, before kasi, when we started doing TikTok, it's a family thing talaga. So, I was really exposed to the internet until I found out about these predators. Sobrang natakot na rin ako, and after that, I minimized my contents about him. Sobrang ano na lang. Yeah. I don't show him to the internet that much anymore.
Yeah, have there ever been any close calls with, stuff like that?
Well, I think online, oh my gosh. Online kasi, pati yung mga comments, it's,
Yeah.
they're free to comment anything they want.
about your
It's mga
kid?
anonymous, yeah. And recently, I had this comment na parang speaking negatively about my son.
Yeah.
Mom guilt pa rin after, na parang, oh my gosh, it's my
Because you
fault.
put him out
'cause
there.
I put him out there. So after that, parang, internet is messed up.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
It is.
the internet is messed up. It can be a very critical place, even towards kids.
Yes,
no?
sobra. Wala sila pinipili, even kids.
It's not the
Yeah.
safest.
Not the safest place
So,
talaga.
if knowing that it's not the safest place, what do you think still pushes you to share that part of your life? Because a lot of people will be like, wag na, like zero na lang. But then there's still a part of you that sees the value in it. What is that for you?
For me kasi, I love filming my son talaga. I really love taking pictures of my son. I love taking videos of anything. So for me, yung intention ko is just to, memories and syempre pinagyayabang ko yung anak ko. He's my pride. Pero siguro, it's the intention na I would just want to keep the memories there.
Yeah.
And I want to look back and see how we were.
It's your video diary.
Yeah, it's my video diary.
Yeah.
Pero again, I minimized it na parang, okay, this deserves to be more private.
Yeah.
Ito yung deserve to be shared in the public.
Yeah, there is that aspect of social media where it becomes a video diary, no? But actually, I wanted to ask for your thoughts because there was a Senate bill that was just passed about banning kids 16 and below from using social media. Just like what we see in Australia, no? Having that here in the Philippines. Is that something, like, what do you think about that? Should there be a zero, like, no use talaga? Or, regulated use?
I mean, the internet is also such a helpful tool for everybody.
It is.
You can't really weaponize it, Might as well just maybe utilize it instead of trying to restrict the kids
Completely.
or the minors. I feel like what's best para is guided experience.
Correct.
Because if you're there with them, guiding them through it, guiding them through life, I mean, I feel like it's best to just be with them instead of trying to take something away from them, which they're gonna experience din naman in the future.
So how do you regulate that with your child, or how do you guide them or take them through it?
Ako, honestly, I don't give my son screen time anymore. Pero
really?
he used to have a bit of screen time kasi kapag nasa labas, sobrang hirap talaga na may toddler. But then now, no screen time na talaga siya.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Interesting. Yeah.
What was that switch? What made you switch?
His behavior. As in, sobrang drastic difference with his behavior. He used to, syempre nagtatantrum siya, ganun. But when we cut his screen time, sobrang less. And he's more attentive.
Really?
Yeah, sobrang laking difference talaga with his behavior.
Yeah.
No more topak in the morning. Yeah,
No more.
Sobrang, and also, screen time kasi, well, as per my doctor, my son's doctor, sobrang, with the development of the child, then it's may
Detrimental.
complications
Yeah.
din siya. Yeah, and I'm really scared then also for that. Yeah.
And then for chat, so there's a lot of things online now. There's so many campaigns with regards to modern parenting with ADHD, autism. Is this a good thing, or are parents sometimes too quick to diagnose their kids about this?
I appreciate every parent's concern naman. If you see something is different or see anything alarming and concerning, of course, any parent would be like, oh, let me look into that. But I feel like we should still pay respects to our doctors who are actually professionals and actually went out their way to be
To get a degree.
Get a degree.
Yes.
They've mastered this. They know what they're doing. So I think it's best to be aware, watch out for your child, and if you see something different, still consult to a professional. It's best.
Yeah.
So well said.
Because sometimes we're too quick to diagnose, no? It's like, he shouted, there must be something wrong with him.
Right.
Yeah.
He's just being a kid, though.
Especially
He's
with
just
Gen
being a
Z.
kid.
Yeah, I feel like there's part of that. No, we have to let kids be kids.
Let kids be kids.
Right? And honestly, sorry, I need to pick your brain on this because this is something that's been
Go
in my
ahead.
mind. There's been this trending TikTok recently where, there was a child who's tantruming.
Oh, I
The
think I know
looks.
what you're talking
We're
about.
getting the looks.
Wait, what was it? I'm not
So
in your
the
algorithm.
girl posted and she was saying something along, do you remember what it exactly said?
I think it said, parang in Tagalog na may umiiyak na bata sa mall pero hindi cute yung bata.
Yeah, pero hindi naman siya cute. Ganon.
Yeah.
But then for me, okay, personal take, if the child is crying, the child is being a child. Obviously, you have to talk to them, you want to regulate your child, you want to parent. But then sometimes, nobody is more frustrated than the parent.
Yeah,
exactly.
See?
You can see here on the
Point.
screen, me pag may batang
Oh my gosh, they
maingay na
posted it
di
talaga.
naman cute. Oh my gosh, exposed
I thought we were doing it anonymously. Okay, sure.
They really showed it.
Yeah, they showed it.
That's a really interesting. I've never even seen that.
Really?
But then I can see why people would say that because, example, in the airplane, you're trying to sleep,
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah.
can hear all the babies crying. This is your time to maybe rest. I'm playing devil's advocate here, but then as mothers, maybe you're obviously you want to protect your child. So what are your thoughts on that?
For me kasi, well, kanya-kanya naman tayo ng judgment if someone's cute or not, or a baby's cute or not. But like, there are things you keep it to yourself. Like, there are things you keep to yourself.
Why publicize it?
Yeah,
That's
why
true.
post it? Why publicize it? Why shame the kid?
Close friends mo na lang yan i-post or something.
Sigas mo na lang yan,
Yes.
or chika mo na lang yan sa friend mo.
Because they're already in a vulnerable position.
Yeah.
Tapos tatawagan mo pa sila ng hindi cute.
Oo, like umiiyak na nga yung bata. And a kid is a kid for a reason. A kid is not an adult for a reason.
And was she in a public place, right?
Yeah,
she was in a public place.
Like if somebody throws a tantrum right now,
Yeah, like,
are you gonna still
go
post
home.
about it?
Go somewhere else.
I feel like I feel more bad for the kid's parent. Kasi like you said, of course, syempre yung parents naman siguro.
Frustration.
Sila yung
They
nahihiya.
try their best to like
Yeah.
console their child.
Right.
Pero
You have
sometimes
no,
hindi
like,
mo
you have
kaya.
no idea kung gaano kahirap magpakalma ng bata. Lalo na when he's in the middle of a tantrum. Sobrang hirap magpakalma ng kid.
Yeah.
And if kung may kasama kang, like, both parents, you have someone to help you with
Right.
it, you're privileged and you're blessed. Pero kasi kapag mag-isa ka, oh my
Not
gosh,
everybody has that.
you're gonna like, lose yourself talaga.
That's why props to you, really, for like having your child like behave even without the screens, because other people really tend to depend on the screens
Yeah.
for their child.
Wow, that's hard.
But also
Yeah.
no judgment to the mothers who
course.
do that.
Oh yeah, of course, of
Kasi
course.
sobrang hirap talaga. That's
Yeah.
gets.
Yeah, but now that we've heard your real talk on modern parenting, let's take it one step further.
So you guys have to quickly decide whether these popular parenting practices are giving mothered or unmothered.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, take us through,
Okay,
Janina.
here we go. Do you agree, disagree? Mothered, unmothered, iPads.
Mother.
Unmothered.
Ooh, we have a
I'm still
disagreement.
at that mother.
Okay.
I'm still at it.
Why so? Why so?
I limit him. He's very limited, and I'm really proud that my son kasi he will want to watch. Like syempre, that's a kid. He will want to play games. But if you give him a book,
Yeah.
he's gonna pick that book over the iPad. Because not other mothers still need to do something, you know.
Right. How about you?
Well, for me, unmothered kasi with my son, well, kids are different kasi.
Yes.
So that's why he behaves different. Maybe it's because of that. And I noticed when he's off the screen, talagang mas attentive siya.
Right.
His best behavior.
How about saying no without an explanation?
Unmothered.
unmothered?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I over-explain to my child a lot. As in, I over-explain to my child a lot.
Because you're teaching them. You
Yeah.
want them to learn. Right, right.
Okay, number 3, physical punishment as discipline.
Ooh.
Unmothered.
Unmothered.
Mothered.
Oh.
Mothered. Because at a certain age, kids will, they will get on your nerves.
Yeah.
They will get on your nerves, and everybody has a different way of disciplining, I guess. Like, I heard somebody say na gentle parenting is for gentle kids, which is true. But syempre, as a parent, you're gonna try to like be as gentle as you can. But if you're really trying to prove a point to a kid, sometimes
talaga.
the old
Yeah.
school way is the best for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so shifting here, what about homeschooling?
Homeschooling.
I was a homeschool kid.
I was too. I don't know what to say.
Were you a homeschool kid?
Was.
Okay, so I'm the only one who was.
I'm super. Shinare ko na yung ano ko. I'm super mothered for homeschool kids, but I don't know about
I want to
you
hear
guys.
this. 3, 2, 1.
Mothered.
Mothered.
Okay, mothered.
Yeah. Yes, mother.
Here, guys. Kids on leashes.
Oh my God! I leashed my
mothered.
child.
Okay.
Mothered.
It sounds so bad.
I was leashed as a child.
Were you leashed?
I was. Nakatali ako sa mom ko. I was
Or like may meron sa backpack?
Yeah, sa
the little
backpack.
harness thing.
Pero mine naman, I was like sa wrist ko talaga nakatali to my mom. Kasi sobrang kulit kong bata.
For safety too. For safety.
For
then.
safety.
Okay, how about kids having social media?
Unmothered.
Unmothered.
Unmothered. Okay, how about older siblings being the babysitter?
Mothered.
Mothered.
Chores.
For kids?
Mothered.
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 Ooh.
Agree.
Yeah.
How about junk food?
Oh my gosh, he eats junk food. But I don't like
Unmothered.
it. Unmothered. But he does.
Yeah.
You're eating with them also.
Yeah. I would share a little snack with them in there.
Vaccines.
Mothered.
Mothered.
Mothered. How about the my kid is my best friend mindset?
Mothered.
I'm mothered, but my kid is my kid.
Mm.
My kid is my kid. I'm gonna still treat him as my son.
Not necessarily equals.
Not necessarily equals.
How about brand collabs using your kids?
Oh!
It's fun to
mothered.
work with mothered.
Mothered. Because it's nice to like look back and say,
For sure.
"Oh, look,
How about no boyfriend, girlfriend until you're 18?
unmothered.
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 All right. Thank you so much, Jez and Kat. That was so fun. Thanks for being so honest.
Okay, so most in our generation refuse the responsibility of parenthood. Yet today, we capture a different reality. Gen Z moms carrying the weight of immense expectations, breaking traditions, and redefining motherhood.
Jezreel, Charlize, and all the other mothers alike are, like their children, are still figuring out in the best way that they can. So we celebrate them across generations X, Y, or Z as they continue to light not just their future homes, but the future itself. So once again, I'm Janina, Vela, and if this episode got you thinking, then our work here is done.
I'm Sachiko, Gamboa. Agree or disagree, we said what we said. And that's another Unpopular Opinion Unpacked.
Unpopular opinion. Say it again. Say it again. Unpopular opinion.